John Young with the Weekend Handyman. We are at the Las Vegas Convention Center looking at the new things at the National Hardware Show. And that brings us over to the Smart Pots booth, and I've got Charles here. Charles, you've got some really cool things and just some incredible stuff here for the guys who are wanting to do like a raised garden, but just don't have the construction ability.
This is an instant raised bed, and we call it a big bag bed, and it comes in a small package like this, but if you unfold it, it's an automatic instant raised bed, and there you are, an instant raised bed. Price point on this is $25. This takes a half a quarter of a cubic yard, so it's actually a big, a lot of mix here. But this is a fabric aeration container, and a fabric aeration container releases heat, so it's a fabric. There's heat release. It root prunes. There's a fabric on the bottom which prevents any kind of critters from, gophers or moles, anything like that, from getting in here. So it sits right on the bed. It throws off water. You can't really overwater it because it's a fabric. If you get too much water in here, it just bleeds it off. So if you put a decent mix in here, it will root prune. Water moves by capillarity in an aeration container here. You want water to move by capillarity. It moves by capillarity in the soil, moves by capillarity in a container, meaning it goes from the wetter areas to the drier areas. So you have even water distribution, heat release. You get a better root structure in here. If you get a better root structure, you're going to get a better top. And we tell people to grow vegetables in here because it's a fabric that people think, well, that's a fabric container. How's that going to work? If you grow vegetables in here, the vegetables do great. And so any kind of mint, herbs, tomatoes, strawberries, we try to encourage people to put vegetables in here.
Now when a person, so we fill this up and you get everything planted and such. Now is this just a season? Does it last one season, or can a person reuse this?
No, this will last essentially forever. We tell people 5 years. I've got stuff in my yard that's on the 10th year. So it lasts. Now after 8 or 9 years, it starts to get a little weathered. Depends on the sunlight. Sunlight breaks this fabric down eventually, but it takes quite a long time for it to break down. So when you're buying it, it's going to last for a long, long time.
Wow, very cool, very cool. So now this is a great option, kind of that raised bed for a person who's got the space, a little bit of space. Now, if a person doesn't have space, you got some options for that?
Well, we have our smaller containers. First of all, we have our mini, which is our mini big bag bed, which is a 15-gallon version of the same thing. So it's great for tabletops, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, all of our Smart Pot line over here, we're a container manufacturer, and our Smart Pots are the fabric aeration containers.
Let's take a look at it
over here. This is our smaller 3-gallon size. We actually have a 1-gallon and a 2-gallon, 3-gallon size, and we go all the way up to 1,000 gallons, which gets us back to the big bag beds. So we make in all different types of sizes. In the smaller sizes, we have a lot of people on patios, balconies, indoor type of plants, especially if you can grow something like kale, lettuce, herbs. Herbs are great in here. Mint, something like mint just takes over the container because of the aeration. Another thing about aeration, if you think about it, when you get up in the morning, you wear a fabric. You put on a fabric shirt, put on a t-shirt, a fabric shirt. Well, when you put your plant in a hard-sided plastic container that holds in the heat and actually builds in the heat, roots don't grow very well in the heat, just like we wouldn't do very well if we had to wear a raincoat around all the day. When you in a Smart Pot, it's a fabric aeration container. It's a fabric. It breathes. That breathability makes a huge difference to the root structure and helping the root structure and getting the root structure to do a better job.
Nice. What kind of a price then we're looking at here for price?
Our pricing here is on small sizes. We start at around $3 or $4, $6 on the 3 gallons. Then once we get a little bigger, our price points don't get that much higher. So it's actually quite reasonable. Our 10-gallon is about $8 or $9. Our 15-gallon, I think, is about $15 or so.
So great, a really reasonable.
The price points are very, 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 very reasonable. And actually, our big bag bed, which is 100 gallons, 100-gallon pot is $40 is our suggested retail. So $40 for a 100-gallon container, and a 100-gallon is a half cubic yard of mix. So it's huge.
That's a lot.
Just absolutely huge.
Nice.
Bigger. it's a regular sauna tub.
It would be a big boy. Now, if people want more information, where can they go to find out more?
Well, smartpots.com, bigbagbed.com, but our smartpots.com is our site, is our website.
Nice. Sounds great. Sounds great. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for stopping
by.
Great
stuff. That's really kind of cool.
It's interesting. It's a good show here at the hardware show, and we're happy to a lot of interesting garden ideas.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
This is John Young with the Weekend Handyman.